Okay, hello YouTube. So this is just going to be a quick little video on what I've been working on in Homebrew. As you can see, I've got this rough cut design of a plane, but if you look further, I have three different types of propulsion methods on it. They're all jets, or rockets, I guess you could say. I have three pulse jets, those are the ones with a yellow rim around them, four of them, and I have two Orion something jets, and then I just have a simple rocket thruster. And what the rocket thruster is there for is it's to get me up to speed so that the other engines will activate. It appears that these white ones, which are the Orion ones, will activate after like 150 kilometers per hour. And the reason why they do this is because they're not like any other jet engine. They don't have a compressor, so they have to wait for the air around them to be moving so fast that it compresses inside the chamber that it's there. That might be a little bit wrong, but I think that's how I understand them. And these other ones activate at about 500 kilometers an hour. So if you see, I have a little speed gauge on there. I'm cruising at 44, and this thing just has so much momentum. And I don't have any brakes other than just my wheels. And the wheels are currently on brake right now. Now they're rolling. Now they're on brake, and it just doesn't slow me down. So, like I said, it's just a rough cut idea, but the speed on this thing is unbelievable. These pulse jets are amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed it up. Let me zoom in a little bit so that we can see the speed and we can see when these jets turn on. Okay, there we go. So we're at 80, 100. These white jets are about to kick off. There we go, at about 130, I think I saw. So now these ones take off. We can actually get lift, and then these ones just activate right away. Very, very fast plane. Very beautiful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and zoom back out. There we go. And these wings or angles only have a 15-degree multiplier. So as you can see, I'm constantly trimming downwards or falling downwards. And I made a little adjustment tool called the trim to help with that. So basically I can adjust those back fins very slightly by like 0.0 something of a degree. I mean, it's very fine. See, as you can see, I'm barely moving now, like changing pitch. And I am easily rolling. So now I'm going to suck in the landing gear a little bit. And this thing gets about 4,000 kilometers an hour. Very awesome. Handles extremely well. And it turns... Oh, there we go. Just smack that. But basically, once your yellow engines kick in, this thing will just run like a rape tape. See right there, just hit Mach. What speed are we at? 700, 400, oh, 500. So once we get below 500, you can see that these jets do activate. Oh, that's because I already broke 500. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna get about 300, and then we'll activate them and see when they catch. Still nothing there. They activate, yeah, past 500. But a very, very efficient engine. These two white ones I added in at the last moment just because I was like, I've never used them before. And they actually boost my speed by about 300 kilometers per hour. My banking turn is pretty good. The one thing that they really help with is since they start, they activate at 150 kilometers per second, or kilometers per hour. They help me get up to speed with my plane, because this one little rocket thruster it's very, very slow. I can actually take off of the beginning area because of those two white engines. Wow, they do add quite a bit of weight. I don't even know how much this thing weighs yet. I forgot. It was upwards of 4,000 kilometers, but that probably changed. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and open it up. And when I open up the tuner, just don't be overwhelmed. So let's see. Our weight is 3,500 kilograms. I think I took off. No? I guess it wasn't upwards of 4,000. I swore it was. I don't like messing around with adjusting the fuel tanks because it tends to throw other things off. Like you'll come back into the spawner, this bar will be way over here or something like that. It's very weird, just, alpha. But as you can see, these things move by pressing W and S. But if you look very closely, I'm going to press my arrow keys now. You can't even see it moving. There we go. So my arrow keys move it by just like a degree or so. And basically that's there to adjust the trim. So if I'm just flying straight, I don't want to be curving up, I don't want to be curving down. A little bit difficult to learn how to adjust those. Because these wings flaps are separated in two compartments, I guess, or just two areas. I have one of them, the inner one, for lift. So whenever I press S or W, they provide lift or just throw me downwards. And then the outer ones are for roll. Also, these front ones are for roll, I'm guessing. I don't really know. If you guys do know what the front ones are for, please tell me. I think that they work pretty good for roll. And just your simple little yaw. Here's the tuner. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff. Arrows going everywhere. A little bit difficult to explain this one. Let's go ahead and put. I never put the steering one on. Let's do the steering one by roll. So yeah, a little bit hectic. As you can see, we have ramjet, ramjet, ramjet. That's those 4 ramjets. Rocket engine and super iron ramjet. And then just a simple little rocket engine that helps us get going. But all these have a power factor of 3. They all burn quite a bit of fuel. Yeah. You see, this one sucks up a lot of fuel. But these ones are pretty efficient. I want to say these ones are the most efficient. But I got thousands of liters here, so I'm good on fuel. Let's just go to some of the simple controls. So throttle obviously goes to all the engines. Just when you press shift, it goes to all of them. Yaw, which is just connected to our vertical tail flap, and also our wheels so that we can turn when on the ground. Okay. Roll, which is D and A. Like I was explaining earlier, it just messes with those flaps. W and S is the pitch. Now trim up and trim down. As you can see, these both, if you can trace my mouse cursor, they both come down to a smooth box. The up arrow goes into this smooth box, and the down arrow goes into this smooth box. And since messing with the speed on this doesn't do anything, I might be using it wrong, but if I hook them directly up to the increase and decrease, it would change dramatically, like very fast. So I had to hook it up to a smooth box so it changes very slowly. As you see there, it goes 0.1 all the way up to 0.9 or whatever. And that's basically that. So what else do we have? Just a speedometer with a neat number display, which actually reminds me to put another display on there. And this display will just be to show my trim, so I can kind of get the number memorized that I need. Unlock the camera. Let's go ahead and just take this, and let's attach it somewhere. Let's put it right here. Now I need a number display. Number display is right here. Okay, and it spawned just like that. No, I don't want it like that. I want it hooked on the flat side. Oh, it's not letting me throw it around. I like how this spawns on an invisible wall below, so you can go right under it and click on whatever object you need. That's pretty nice. Right there. Let's rotate it. Set upside. That's up, right? Just gonna send this guy down. What the heck? I guess I can't click through a number display. Put that right over the other one. Window tuner. And under the shifted box is where we're going to have our number display. Numbers are spawning somewhere around here. Right there. And we want that guy to go there also. So now when you first spawn in the vehicle, all the brakes are activated, and also the wheels are retracted inwards. And the wheels are retracted inwards so that you can jump on top of the wings and get in. Otherwise you would just push it all over and you'd find it very hard to get into the seat. So at the start, X is to activate, and that's on a toggle box that is currently toggled when X is 0. So that means that your brakes are all on right now when you first spawn in the vehicle, and also these rotors are all on, which have the wheels in this position down here, right there. which is also the braked position. So that's pretty neat. We can also add some. Ooh. Can also add. Well, I don't want to do it right now. Well, yeah, let's go ahead. So brake. Even though the brakes don't do anything, but it's just to have the button there. So we'll have it as left alt. And hook the brake up to all these wheels. Brake, 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 and brake. So now let's hold X. Yeah, I gotta do a combine box there. But I don't want to mess with that right now, so I'm just gonna take that brake off right now. But that's basically just my little plane in a nutshell. As you can see, I have this gyro disc here. I haven't explained that yet. The gyro disc, when I first flew this plane, it was actually very stable and it would fly very fast. However, when it broke Mach, randomly the plane would just glitch and it would pitch up and down very fast and lose all its velocity just randomly, like without touching any buttons. So I had to add this gyro disc to detect a up-down position. At first I thought I could put it on the pitch, but that didn't work. It was just, I don't know. So I had to hook it up to the up-down output. And now it works very fine and it stabilizes the plane. The plane did fly very well without it, but that's okay. And I don't think there's anything left here to explain. Everything's kind of like, it looks very difficult, but when you dig down into it, it's actually very simple to understand. If you would like me to talk about this further, I would be glad to. Just send a comment. But I'll show you that it can take off the normal runway. I've only actually done this once, so hopefully it'll let me do it again. Haven't added a skin system yet. That'll probably be the second video I put up. I'm just hoping that the skin system doesn't drastically throw off my whole flight. Oh, spawned under the map. Reset. Okay, so let's go to the very back. Let's didn't say I couldn't use the whole runway. The very back, and then however far forward this thing spawns, which is annoying. Oh, that was actually pretty close. So we gotta jump up on the wings, and here we go. So I pump up the wheels. Now we're ready to go. Make a flap check. Down, and to the left and to the right. So now we're just gonna hold down shift. Our first rocket engine's gonna get going. Now when I hit about 130, which is pretty much as soon as I jump off the edge of this, these other engines will kick in. So here's about 130. The other engine's kicked in. I have almost no control, and then these guys kick in. Very fast. It's taking the... Alright, so now we go find flatland, which is to the right of the runway. The runway's right there. Flatland is right down here. So now I'm going to mess with the trim. Oh, the wheels are out. Let's go into first person. So I want the trim to be about right there. Yeah, see, I'm not going up, I'm not going down. That's perfect. And that's just from tapping my arrow keys slightly. I got to adjust my number display to display, I think, hundredths or even less. Right now it's only displays the one place, and I guess I'm not greater than 0.5 and I'm lower than 0.5, so it receives a 0. Or outputs a 0. But as you can see, I travel about 4,000 to 4,100 kilometers per hour. Very, very, very wonderful plane. I love these engines, and I will be putting a skin system on it soon, so hopefully you guys will see that. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more of this content, subscribe and tell me about it in the comment section.